Perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, thanks everyone for staying on the call. I know it's been a few different sessions, but really appreciate everyone who wants to find out a bit more about JCIBS and what we do. So just in this presentation, I'm going to talk through JCIBS internship and graduate opportunities, just a bit of information about us. And then also, I know we have heard a lot about different application processes, but I'll just brief you on the 3 stages of JCIBS early careers application process and what you can do to make your application stand out. And then the last point, I just wanted to mention that we may have some time for questions at the end, so feel free to pop any questions you have in the chat. Otherwise, more than happy to connect with you on LinkedIn if you want to send me a LinkedIn request and any questions you have. So just to give you a little bit of an insight into JCIBS, in 2019, we rebranded. So you might be familiar with the old JCIBS blue logo and taglines, but this is our new refreshed tagline, basically looking at challenging today and reinventing tomorrow. And what we mean by that is basically that we're challenging the accepted, coming up with innovative solutions and trying to find ways that we can impact the world and make it a more connected and sustainable place. In our Australia and New Zealand business, we cover a variety of different sectors. So I've just listed them here, and you'll probably see a number of opportunities coming up, grad roles and intern roles in these various different sectors. So definitely looking for keen minds who are interested in these different areas. So built environment, transport, water, power, environmental solutions, digital solutions, defence, strategic advisory, cities and places, and integrated project delivery. So we do have a variety of different roles that we advertise, typically ranging from engineering and science positions, consulting positions, communications, stakeholder engagement, and digital. But just project management, there's a variety. Hard to list them all off the top of my head, but definitely keep an eye out if you're interested in any of those different areas. So JCIBS is a global company. I've just put up a map where we primarily operate. So you can see we've got offices across a variety of different countries, over 40 countries, over 400 offices. And in total, our employee population is about 55,000. So definitely you're entering a huge workforce, and there's so many different opportunities and people to meet and learn from. But yeah, so in terms of what we'll be discussing today, we'll be focusing on the Australia and New Zealand opportunities, but definitely we have opportunities for international secondments as well. Like we run a program called JCIBS Go, which is for people with 2 to 5 years work experience. And that's basically an opportunity to have a 6-month secondment in another international JCIBS office. So yeah, lots of things to discover. So I mentioned it on our panel briefly, but just wanted to again touch upon inclusion and diversity at JCIBS. It is such a huge focus for us, and it's something that is really focused on from our CEO and down, filters all the way down to our graduates. So definitely a lot of different opportunities to connect with other colleagues, as well as people in a variety of different offices around the world. I like to say that, yeah, we have something for everybody. So whether it's ACE, which is our network for people who live with a disability or who are carers. We've also got our careers network, which is basically facilitating networking opportunities at every level of our organisation, and they host a lot of social mentoring and networking events as well. VetNet, which is focusing on our veteran community and any veterans who are newly entering the workforce. PRISM, which is for our LGBTQIA+ community, as well as allies. So we offer things like ally training, conscious inclusion training, just to really make sure that everyone's embracing of the inclusion diversity things that we have at JKIBS. Also, we have a women's network. We have One World, which is focusing on inclusion and diversity across a range of different cultures. Harambe, which is our Black employee network as well. And then Enlace, which is focusing on our Latino employee network. And I just thought I'd mention we do also have local focuses as well, including Maori and Pacifica, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, and something we've recently launched at JKIBS in ANZ is MyFlex. So it's basically our approach to flexible working at JKIBS. And the idea is that basically anybody at JKIBS can request to work flexibly for any reason. And you don't actually have to, say the reason why you're requesting it. It's basically entrusting our employees with the responsibility to work in a way that suits them and their clients. So a lot of text on the screen here, but I just thought I would show you a bit of a snapshot of our graduate development program at JKIBS. So it's a 2-year program. We do have some people who will finish it earlier than 2 years. It is self-directed, so basically the length of the program depends on how long it takes you to work through the various competencies that we focus on. So as part of that, we offer a variety of different learning and development sessions, including lunch and learns and, like formal learning sessions, as well as the grad program aims to facilitate exposure to our leaders throughout the various levels of the business, as well as we have a graduate network across ANZ. So you'll be linked in with your peers when you join, and basically they organise a variety of different networking, social and mentoring activities for the grads. Another focus of the grad program is to basically build up your skills so that you are well prepared for life beyond the grad program. So basically equipping you with the kind of skills like project management, innovation, business insights, and sustainability, all of those different sort of aspects listed there, basically upskilling you in those various areas so that when you graduate from the grad program, you are able to sort of forge a career path that really is something that you're passionate about. And then just on the learning model here, we've got that it's 70-20-10. So basically, in terms of time commitment, 70% of the grad program and the learning that you do on the grad program will be on the job learning. So a lot of the learning that you get is from your manager or your buddy, teaching you how to do things, as well as just being thrown into different situations and getting to learn that way as well. And then 20% will be through mentoring and coaching. So you're assigned a buddy and a mentor, as well as 10% of the learning that you complete will be through those formal learning courses that our learning and development team offer. So I know that this is another page with a lot of text, but just a bit of insight into the kind of journey that you would go on as a grad at JKIBS. You'd start off going through like a program orientation. So at the moment, we've got our grads going through 5 different weeks that focus on a different topic. Obviously, you're still working in your day-to-day role, but you also get like an event each week that you get to participate in that basically teaches you about the business, facilitates that networking with your grad cohort as well as other people in the business, and introduces you to the grad program. And so I mentioned that you are assigned a mentor. Basically, it's kind of like a matchmaking exercise. You're able to sort of see the different people in the business and get to choose a mentor that you are inspired by. We also have those formal learning sessions, and those are aimed at developing your professional and technical skills. Another thing that I would recommend for a grad would be to just get involved as much as possible in every opportunity that comes up. So some of those opportunities come up with like our employee networks, which I was talking about before. So getting to go to different networking events or lunch and learns, and just basically taking every opportunity to learn about our business and our projects. We also have STEAM volunteering, which is a new and big focus for Jacobs, something that was rolled out in the past year, basically facilitating volunteering opportunities for our grads to get to upskill other students in STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, arts and math, and basically getting to pass on your knowledge, and it's another focus for us in terms of sustainability. And then following the 2-year program, you would then attend a graduation ceremony, which is basically a big celebration of what you've achieved over the 2 years. I just thought I'd give a quick shout out to our intern program as well. So we do offer a 12-week summer internship program at Jacobs, similar to the grad program, in that you, over that sort of 12 weeks compressed time, you do get a variety of different inductions, lunch and learns. You also are assigned a buddy and get to sort of work with and meet your fellow interns. It's also sort of specifically set up so that there's like 3 formal goal setting and goal assessment sessions with your manager, just to make sure that you're getting everything that you want out of the program, and that basically discussions in terms of like career opportunities at Jacobs as well. So we do have quite a number of our interns convert over into grads once they've completed their studies. You're also looped in with our grad and Jacobs Careers Networks as well. I just thought I'd mention the variety of different opportunities that are available with the intern program as well. And then just to mention some of the different career paths that you could potentially go down after our grad program. So Jacobs being a large organisation, we have a variety of different opportunities. So you could choose to focus on something like project management or becoming an expert in a technical area. You could also enter into doing sort of sales related work, also leadership positions. So if you like managing people, and then also we have our functional departments as well. So marketing, HR, legal, finance, IT, and health, safety, and environment. But basically everyone's career path is going to look different, and it's not necessarily that you have to have everything worked out immediately once you've graduated. You can definitely swap and change, and we encourage you to sort of grow your career in a way that suits you. So if that means that potentially you go down one path and then you want to do a side step from, for example, if you were in technical and then you decided, oh, hey, I'd actually really like to work as a project manager and get some exposure to that. Definitely something that we really encourage as well. So I hope you're all eager to apply for our grad and intern programs. So we will be opening applications for our 2023 grad program pretty soon, probably in the next couple of days. So make sure to keep an eye out on these different web pages. So Grad Australia and Grad New Zealand. You can easily just search Jacobs in search function and you can arrive at our profile, and we'll have our campaign up there. Of course, we also will be advertising all the positions on our website as well. And then in terms of our internship program, we'll open applications for that in sort of July, August time. And I do advertise all of the positions through my own LinkedIn as well. So feel free to connect and see when the opportunities go live. So just in terms of our application process, so I'll just touch on it briefly. We do have 3 main stages that you would go through. So the first one is an online application. The second will be a one-way recorded video interview. And the third one is a face-to-face interview with the team that you would be joining. So just some tips from a recruitment point of view, what we would like to sort of give you some advice on your online application. So make sure that you are responding to the application questions with a certain, level of detail. You've done some research into Jacobs or, research into the particular question that's been asked. So there tends to be 2 sort of main application questions in our online form. So definitely those people that will have well-written responses that have done some research tend to stand out, definitely. And then in terms of what you would need to upload, you would want to show us your CV, your cover letter, your academic transcript, and your work rights. In your cover letter, definitely recommend stating why you're interested in the particular role that you have applied for. If you apply for multiple positions, make sure you attach multiple cover letters, specifying the position that you're most interested in and why, because it's not just the recruiters that will see that, but it's also the hiring team that will have you joining their team. So they want to see that you're interested in their role. And then also why Jacobs. So you could even mention what you've learned on this session today, or do some research about, for example, our employee networks, and look on our website just for different projects that we're involved in, because mentioning all of that really helps you make your application stand out. Definitely also include any kind of other activities that you've been involved in, whether that be leadership activities with uni societies, extracurriculars, volunteering, part-time work, anything like that is always good. And then make sure, of course, that you're proofreading your application just for those sort of spelling errors and making sure it's addressed to Jacobs. So the second stage is that recorded video interview. So just making sure that you've got a quiet location, you've got good Wi-Fi. You do get the opportunity to re-record your answers to our questions. So don't worry if the first time you don't feel like you didn't answer a question correctly, you can just go and do it again. But just make sure that it's coming from an authentic place and it's not a script that you're reading off of, because yeah, we can tell. And so in terms of how you would answer the questions, just make sure that with the behavioural questions that you're asked, you respond outlining the situation and task, the action that you specifically took, and then the result of that action that you took. And just avoiding making any kind of vague statements, and really highlighting your motivation for the particular role. You can practice beforehand, would recommend doing that, thinking through some of the questions that you could be asked and what you might respond with. Yeah, and basically all of that kind of advice will also apply for our face-to-face interview. The format of the face-to-face interview could be virtual, just depending on the COVID-19 situation, but we do like to hold them in person where possible. And really it's an opportunity for you to learn more about the team and the specific role that you've applied for. You can ask any questions that you have, and we really want to make sure that you find the role to be a great fit for yourself, and that this is something that you would be really passionate about, and in the team that will really show through to the team. But yeah, I just wanted to wish everyone a really big best of luck from Jacobs, and I'm sure on behalf of everyone else who's been on the panel today presenting. I know it can be a daunting experience applying for grad and intern programs, but the fact that you've attended today, it's just a really great testament to your motivation and enthusiasm. So congrats on making that first step. And yeah, happy to answer any questions if there are any, or connect on LinkedIn.
There were a couple of quick questions I might fire your way, Isabel, since you're the last of the day.
Okay.
we had a question here asking if you would recommend postgrads or students with masters, PhDs who don't have industry experience apply for the program, or are they potentially overqualified because they've got a master's or a PhD?
No, definitely apply still. And you could also look at applying for sort of other entry-level positions as well. But just as long as you've sort of specified in your application that you are interested in the grad program, then that will definitely go a long way to us considering you. But yeah, definitely, it would never be something that we would rule someone out over. It's actually a selling point. So be proud of what you've achieved.
Awesome. Another question here, a couple of questions about international students for both the grad program and the intern program. Can you just clarify for us, Isabel, the requirements for them?
Yep, so it is currently under review, but I'm fairly sure we will be opening applications to international students. So definitely just something to mention would be that we don't offer sponsorship at the grad level, but definitely open to those applications. So keep an eye out for the ads. The only other positions that we would have to have citizenship for would be our defence opportunities.
Fantastic. Unless there's any last questions from anyone, we might wrap it up there, I reckon. Well, final question. Is there any prospective mechatronics roles for mechatronics students at all?
Yes,
Isabel? Yep.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. So definitely just look on the different roles that are available and see what specific discipline has been specified in the ad. But things like mechanical, mechatronics and project management, things like that, definitely.
Fantastic. I reckon we'll wrap it up there. I reckon. Thanks, Isabel.
Cool.
Let me just...
Thanks, everyone.